Okay, so guys, this is me again, George, and then today we want to talk about budget. Um, in a previous post, I mentioned that if you want to take charge of your financial life, the first thing you must do, or amongst the first 2 or 3 things you must do, is to budget. Make a freaking budget. You gotta make a freaking budget because you can't be throwing money away just like that. You should know where your money is going. You should be able to track your money. Know where your money is going. Track your money. When you track your money, you know how much you are throwing away, how much you are using for fruitful ventures. I have some points down, so I'll look at them and then we'll talk. There are so many ways that people budget. Some use the envelope method. Now, the envelope method is where every allocation that you have to any expense is in an envelope. When it's done, it's done. So for instance, if I put 200 cities for entertainment and it gets finished on the 2nd of the month, I'm done. No more entertainment. So let's run through the things, the basic things that would appear on any budget. Food. So food, TNT, rent. That is if you're not paying a mortgage. Food, TNT, rent. Now food, one thing about food is that no matter the figure you put down the figure you put down, you are always wrong. If there's a 99.9% chance that you've undervalued the figure, because eating goes beyond what you put on paper. So anytime you're budgeting, make sure that the food aspect has a little above what you put down. So for instance, on paper you say, okay, you buy rice, a bag of rice, and it lasts you a month, let's say 30 cities, 35 cities. So you take 35, I mean, after all that, and then you come to the conclusion that you'll be spending 200 cities on food, or let's say 300 cities on food. You should add a bit to it. You can add about 100 cities or 150 cities to it, because no matter the figure you put down, it will always go up. Why? Sometimes you want to eat a freaking you want to eat something outside what you've put on paper, what's on budget. Sometimes you want to go the extra mile and then enjoy yourself. You want to get some, some extras, shawarma, some pizza, something which usually wouldn't be on your budget, and you have to go for it. You have to eat it because you shouldn't be starving yourself. The body is the machine that you'll be using to make money, and it must always be fit. Food, you should never compromise on food. Get good food, buy good food, cook at home, eat healthy meals. We'll talk about being healthy later on, but you gotta eat healthy food. Now, there's another school of thought where they say you should use a 50-30-20 rule, where the 50 is for necessities, obviously the food, rent, TNT, things you can do without as long as you're working, and others. And then the 30-20 will go for your needs and your wants. Sorry, your savings and your wants. So your savings is how much you put down. Now mind you, you don't save to let the money lie down, you save to invest. So your savings, some people want to keep the 20% as their savings, others will want to use 30% as their savings. Now it all depends on you, but make sure that any budget that you make, you stick freakingly to it. The first month will be very difficult because it will look like you are killing yourself, meanwhile you just got paid. But make some adjustments, yes, of course. I mean, if after the first month you realize that the budget you made is stifling you, is killing you, make adjustments. You don't have to die making a budget trying to be financially free, else you will die before you get there and someone else will enjoy your money. So don't compromise on food. Make adjustments if you have to, but stick to it. Stick to the budget. Make amendments, find ways of still being around your budget. Now let me see if there are some okay, so there are some things that are necessary and unnecessary, so we call them necessary and unnecessary expenses. So subscriptions, watching a DSTV could be necessary for someone, it could be unnecessary for another person. So you will define which things are necessary or unnecessary, and that is where your wants are going. So your wants, even under your wants, you still need to make sure that you have some as necessary things that you should do, whilst others are unnecessary. Unnecessary does not mean you're not going to do it, but you have to do the necessary first before you do the unnecessary. Yes. So like I said, if a subscription is unnecessary to you, outings, restaurants, if you want to go out for a restaurant, make sure that it's in your entertainment or your budget as a want, and you have money for that during that period. If your money for that for an outing is finished and your friend comes to tell you you gotta go there, no. Or you find another way of paying for it. For instance, you can do a side gig or something to earn an extra income, then you can take it there. But ideally, even if you get extra money from elsewhere or from an extra gig, it should go somewhere profitable like savings. Oh yeah, so that is it. Let me see. Okay, you don't wait till you have enough before you start budgeting, because you will never have enough, and this is true. I had a specific figure in mind when I started working, that when I get there I'll be okay. I've moved past there, I think, about 3 or 4 times, and I'm still not okay. So this should tell you that you will never be okay with how much you are making. So you start a budget now. You frequently get a budget now, and you start to stick to it now. Else, 10 years would just move past you, and you wouldn't know it was 10 years. You gotta start now, and you gotta be on it. Yep. So a budget is just a guide telling you how you should spend your money. Nobody's going to tell you how you should spend your money. You are going to tell yourself how you're going to spend your money, and a budget is only going to guide you. Once you get that, we are good. So that is it, guys. We'll talk later.